This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
All right, welcome to the Hangout here on Cash Road. It's time for the Coaches Show, and we welcome you in to the excitement of the first week of the playoffs, and we can't wait to get talking about that. But we missed a week, in case you were counting. Last week, Halloween night, we had some stuff going on here that we had to shut down for a couple of days and get that fixed up. And so you were actually having an opportunity to go take the grandkids out trick-or-treating. I was able to see some of the pictures. So did you have a good Halloween night?
I did. It was fast and furious.
And their weather was good. You know, when my kids were younger, I remember it raining quite a bit on Halloween, and that always put a damper on it. But, you know, my wife said even though it was cool, it wasn't windy. So it wasn't – and I think we had more trick-or-treaters this year than in quite some time. We had about 25 or so. I wasn't really doing a true head count, but we had more than – we live in a cul-de-sac that usually we don't see a lot, and usually I get – the leftovers in that big bowl. And so this time there wasn't that many leftovers.
No, I bought, I think, 375 juices to hand out. We lasted 30 minutes. So
Wow. They really invaded your
I guess
house.
next year we got to plan better.
Yeah, okay. All right, so tell us a little bit about the Hangouts going on. Of course, we talked about their lunch specials, but there's so much more than just the $9.95 small pizza with a drink or the burger basket, and you can do that Monday through Friday. But what else you got going on?
We have on Wednesday nights, of course, we have our karaoke night, and that's going really well. So come on out. We have a great crowd. We have a great DJ that does our karaoke. It's been a big hit.
But has he gotten you to sing yet?
No.
I'm going to have to pay him an extra $50 or something to get you on there, and then I'll come.
Nobody wants to hear that.
So you could come karaoke night, and then weekends you got something special for the brunch time period.
We do. We offer brunch on both Saturday mornings from 11 till 3 o'clock, and then Sunday from 11 to 4 we have our brunch menu as well.
Okay, and what's kind of on the brunch menu? I want to talk a little about that.
We have a really good breakfast calzone that I highly recommend. It's been pretty popular. We also have chicken and waffles. We have a waffle plate, and then we offer our full menu. We also have mimosas and that kind of thing.
Okay. All right. So your brunch on Saturday or Sunday here at the Hangout. We'd love for you to hang out with us. So, Natalie, of course, we just appreciate you hosting our Coaches Show. Already the regular season, 10 games in, and now we talk playoffs for week one, and we've got 4 of our teams that, in fact, 9 of the 11 teams on the Oklahoma Sports Network are in week one playoffs, and we are thrilled to follow each and every one of them. So get to that. Okay, Miss Natalie, and we'll talk to the Elgin Owls. We got some records to talk about. We've got some success that we want to pass along about this riding the train of what's next in store for the Elgin Owls, and we'll do that right after this timeout on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Lawton's newest hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road. A family-friendly atmosphere featuring their award-winning pizza and calzone, made fresh daily from their secret family recipe, with handcrafted burgers, wings, appetizers, salad, and homemade desserts, including deep-fried banana pudding. Come hang out with us. The Hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road in Lawton.
where sports is our middle name. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Okay, we are at the Hangout on Cash Road. It's over by Anderson Pharmacy. You can't miss us. We'd like to have you come hang out with us, and we're so glad that after the regular season, we've got playoffs to talk about. 4 of the 5 teams that usually join us on Tuesdays are here and getting ready for Week 1. So we'll talk to the Elgin Owls. And, Coach, first off, congratulations. Undefeated season, first time in school history. First, let's just talk about that for a moment. You got I know this is a time that I know you got to worry about the next opponent, but sometimes you got to take in a little bit of this of, oh, wow, this has been an incredible ride. Talk a little bit about that 10-game journey.
It wasn't easy, and it never is. But it's something that we've worked for a long time, and, to get to that point, it's pretty fulfilling for our kids. And big night for us, go and do it, on the road in Midwest City, tough place to play. But it means a lot. It does, and we respect that and appreciate that. But we're also ready to turn to Piedmont and go, get ready for those guys. But yeah, big night for us, big night for Elgin, big night for the community. So super cool, and you do have to respect it.
Well, Midwest City, you said it's a tough place to play. I remember when we were calling Lawton High games many years ago, and Lawton High got a win there, and he asked all the coaches, have you ever won here as a coach or player? Because they used to call Bomber Magic, you had the Gundys that played there, and so there is a lot of history there. And so, yeah, it can be a tough place to play, and so, very physical, which you kind of knew that it was going to be, and a great pull-off win. And I guess it really kind of is bitter, that sweetness from the bitterness from the previous year where they come to your place and throw that pass and just finally, win in the final seconds. But for you guys to turn the tables and get that win on the road, that was really a great way to finish out. So 10-0 on the season. You also said at the 9-0 mark, that was the first best start you ever had. So there's a lot of history going into that. So now you got the Piedmont Wildcats, and the Piedmont, we just watched their game against Carl Albert, in fact, on the network, and kind of strange when we kind of watched how that game played out. But you and I were talking before the broadcast started, and Piedmont, ever since I can remember, Piedmont has never changed. They like to run the ball control. I've seen them take the opening kick, whether they score or not, and you look at the scoreboard and they've taken 6 minutes off the clock, and they play keep away. So I guess that's, and if they get behind, then that's what they want to try to do. But outside of that, what else have you seen on Piedmont that you can talk about for an Elgin win on Friday?
Yeah, for sure. They do a good job of running their offense. I think they've done that ever since Coach Hall got there, and he's done a tremendous job kind of turning Piedmont around. And that's what you're going to get. You're going to get the flex bone and the things that go with it, which is ball control, good special teams play, field position, those kinds of things. So that's what we got to do is defensively we got to be gap sound. And, we've played a couple teams this season that have had some similar offenses that we've got to be gap sound and read and react, and so that's what we got to do defensively. Offensively, we got to capitalize on our drives, because obviously they're going to try to keep it from us and take advantage when we get the football and come up with some big plays. And that's just playoff football at this point. You got to do the little things in a big way, and that's what we talk about all the time.
Well, you get to host last year, and then with Guthrie, and that kind of the district, that side of the district, and it's always been the same 4. You can interchange where they fall, but Carl Albert with Guthrie, with Piedmont, and Bishop McGuinness, and so you kind of know what you get with those teams. But what does it mean to have this game again back at home for for this first playoff round?
Oh, it's huge. Man, if you were able to look at the crowd from last Friday night, it would have looked like a home game. We traveled really well,
yeah.
And I think that our fans are fired up to come to our place and support us, and we've got a lot of momentum right now, and we need to keep it rolling, and keep trying to play our best ball right here at the end.
Yeah, coaches always say that it's kind of when you get hot later, you don't want to peak too early. Do you think that's kind of where you're at right now, where you're just trying to find that groove into this next stretch of possible 4 games?
Yeah, for sure. And I've really thought about trying to get us to where we needed to be, to where we have some meat on the bone left, and we can really improve still and kind of go on that run that you need to go on late in the year. So I feel like we're in a good spot to do that, and looking forward to it Friday.
One final thing I'm going to ask you, because coaches say at this juncture, because you throw all the records out, everybody's 0-0, It's who can improve from first week of the playoffs to the next one that will actually go further to win a state title, is who can improve, because you've already improved. You've done all you've done for the 10 weeks, but what can you do to improve for just one more time to get that, to get that run in the playoffs?
Well, yeah, I think the matchup does that for us this week. It's a different matchup, with what they do. So I think that, if we can, that's a big deal this week, is being good against what they do. And I think if we can do that, that will alone, put us in a good, make good improvement going forward.
Well, I know we had an opportunity where we couldn't do the coaches show last week, and I know that was kind of torn with a lot of coaches because Halloween night. You got to be able to, I saw some pictures on Facebook, You got to be able to take the little one out for the first trick-or-treating experience. How was that?
Yeah, it was fun. I think she was a Dalmatian, and I'm glad I didn't have to dress up, honestly.
It's good. You can say.
But it was good.
Okay, that's good. We got a player with us, so why don't you go ahead and grab the microphone. I think you've been a guest on us once before, haven't you? Have you been with us today?
Yeah, twice.
Twice, all right. Well, we like repeats there. So a thrilling season. What's it like to be out in the community? We already know what it's like is in the stands on Friday. But, when you're getting gas and you're going into places and you're recognized, what is kind of the feedback that the community is giving you?
Yeah, it's great. Our community definitely does a good job of showing us their support and their love. And, it shows up on Friday night, and it even shows up, at the gas station or wherever else. And they definitely do everything they can to help us and give us the morale we need. And it's just great to be in a small town.
What was that like going to the Midwest City game? Because, whether there be something in the back of your mind to say, okay, this is the last game of the season, this is for the district championship. Didn't seem to be fazed by that, but how did you go into the mindset with that game as opposed to not worrying about last year or where you were or undefeated season, or just to go out and play the game? How did you be able to control that?
We wanted to take it personal. We knew we owed them one. And we just wanted to make sure we did the small things in a big way and keep the main thing the main thing. And, after Midwest City, we knew we had to keep it rolling. So that was kind of our mindset whenever we went into it. Even
though as Guthrie last year for our first playoff game, it's kind of you owe the fact that, okay, we're better than last year of the first round. We were at home, and, it didn't go the way we wanted to. What's your mindset going into this game against Piedmont?
We definitely, owe our fans the credibility they deserve for showing up for us every Friday. And, we let them down last year, Week 11, and I think this will be a great game to show them that we understand how much they want to support us. And, our team has grown a lot, and we understand what we need to do going forward and just, keep it rolling, keep everything going.
Yeah, well, good luck. And, of course, we want to carry that with you each and every week for the playoffs. We've got it marked off. You can watch it right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network for the pregame, 6:30, the kickoff at 7 o'clock. Coach, one more final question for you, kind of like if you had to describe this year's season in a word or two, how would you best describe it?
Man, I can't describe it yet.
You're not finished. Okay.
No, ask me down the road.
Okay. I'll save that for my last one. Okay. Well, I appreciate it. The Elgin Owls, of course, Piedmont, it's coming up this Friday at home at Elgin. You can come pack it out, or you can come watch us at 6:30. We've got more. We've got Cache. We've got Lawton High and MacArthur all in playoffs in Week 1. We'll take a timeout and be back to them right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Lawton's newest hangout, 5370 Northwest Cache Road. A family-friendly atmosphere featuring their award-winning pizza and calzone, made fresh daily from their secret family recipe. With handcrafted burgers, wings, appetizers, salad, and homemade desserts, including deep-fried banana pudding. Come hang out with us. The Hangout, 5370 Northwest Cache Road in Lawton.
It's been dark way too long in this place. That bright smile long gone been replaced. From ear to ear I see that fear in your face. Tell me when the last time you felt safe, cause there's some evil people in the streets. Evil at your front door, creeping while you sleep. It's time to raise up, show that evil we ain't weak. We don't turn the other cheek, I can show you how to be strong. Come on, follow me. Heard you looking for a hero. from the bad guy, I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up? I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up.
All right, back here at the Hangout, where you can hang out with us each and every Tuesday as we're talking week 1 of the playoffs right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Anderson Pharmacy is right next door to us. We're right on Cash Road. Don't forget, we've got the burger specials, which is the burger basket and the drink, $9.95. This is Monday through Friday, or the small pizza with the drink. You can get the coach's special tonight. That's good until closing. It's 1 large pizza. You can get the cheesy bread. You can get the dessert and the 4 drinks, all for like 40-some-odd dollars. So that's a pretty good way to feed the family. So the MacArthur Highlanders next on the list to talk to for week 1 of the playoffs. 8-2 on the season. Yep. Kind of bounced back and forth. You know, you had the Midwest City game. You kind of responded to El Reno. Then you had the Elgin game, and then you responded to Noble. So I guess the basic question is, what are we going to expect to see on Friday?
Well, it's going to be a big test. Guthrie's a very good team, one of the top teams in the state, and I think it's just it's one of those deals. We've had a couple of road games against good teams and have not performed up to our ability. And you know, if our season's going to continue, we're going to have to this week.
Now, atmosphere-wise, you're going to go to the Rock, and maybe some of the kids may not know the history there, and it's an old stadium, and it's got a lot of history. You kind of don't even know where the stadium is. You got to run into town, and then it's just right there. You got to park in the residential area, even downtown, to get there, and it's got a lot of great history. You know it. What did you tell your kids about going into that atmosphere?
We just kind of explained the history of the stadium and how cool it is, and how anytime there's any sort of a poll or an article about the best stadiums in Oklahoma, it's always at the top. And
yeah.
I myself have never been there. I've never.
Oh, you never have?
Never played there. Never coached there.
Wow.
Never gone to scout a game there.
Wow.
Yeah. So it'll be all of our first trip. I think Leo Holmes is the only one that's been around and been coached in a game there. But we're excited about it and excited to go see if we can pull off a big upset.
Well, I knew that. I had been there as watching a game, but I had never been there as a broadcaster, and I guess they're going to put us over on the away side with you guys up by the 50-yard line, going to be outside on some tables. And so they say it's really cool because you get to feel the atmosphere and the environment for us, and so we'll be able to do that as far as the Oklahoma Sports Network. I know you have close ties to the Guthrie coaching staff. You guys talk a lot. What does that mean, too, that, you got adversaries, sometimes you don't know anything about them, but this is a little bit close to home. So how does that fit with you personally?
I think what a lot of people don't realize is that, coaches, we go to coaching clinics, we serve on committees, we do a lot of things with each other, and it's honestly it's pretty uncommon that I coach against somebody that I don't know pretty well, and Kelly Beebe's a great guy. He's a great coach. Been doing it a long time, and been at Guthrie a long time, and it's just kind of it just is what it is every week. I feel like our opponents. I know them all well and have a lot of respect for them. They're doing the same exact job I'm doing. Trying to get to the same place. So. That's not really a factor. Yeah.
Little history with Guthrie Blue Jays. 2011 was a state title there at Stillwater under your helm there, and that was a great run of a season, so you kind of know them in that way. Guthrie is kind of a team that, they really took Carl Albert right to the final. Carl Albert had to come back and get that last thrown touchdown to win because they were leading that game. They've got a very tough defense. They're part of that nucleus of the 4 that I talked about with Coach Chalmer, is that you got the same 4 almost every single year. You got Carl Albert, Guthrie, Bishop McGuinness, and Piedmont, and then sometimes there's a jockeying for the 1 through 4. But what else can you tell as a fan base to what Guthrie is going to bring to you on Friday?
Well, first of all, their defense is really, really good. They're arguably, at least one of the best defenses in all of the state. They've given up 33 points all year long. They have 7 shutouts. They're very, very good defensively, and offensively they're just smart. They do some different formations and shifts and stuff like that, but they're They don't make the big mistakes. I think their philosophy is we're gonna score a few points here on offense, but our defense is going to win the game, and that's good on their part. So, that's what they're going to bring. They're going to bring a multiple offense and a lot of running the ball, and defensively they're just they run the same thing that they have run forever. Just that 3-4. We kind of patterned our defense after theirs, years ago after playing them, and they're very solid. They're good tacklers. They run to the ball well, and they play really good defense.
Yeah, and like you said, if you limit the mistakes, in big games like this, turnovers, penalties, those are big things and challenges on the road. The weather should be nice. It's going to be a little bit cooler. There's going to be a cold front that's going to come in, so it's going to be football weather. So I think we're looking to enjoy that.
Yeah, it's going to be a great night.
All right, Mr. Caldwell is on the mic. As I think Coach said that you probably lead the team in tackles almost every week. If not, you're close to it. What's that mean for you to be that kind of a leader there in that linebacking core?
The tackles are really just a number, but being a leader to me is a lot more than just leading the tackle sheet every week. But it is nice to lead the week every week in tackles. I didn't lead it this last week, obviously, because Noble likes to throw the ball around. But, being the leader on the tackle sheet, I mean, it's nice, but ultimately there's a lot more to leading the team than that.
What's the senior season been like for you?
It's been a good year. It really hasn't clicked in my head yet.
Yeah.
That this could be it, but I think it's good that I don't think about that because no one wants to go into the game thinking that this is going to be their last one.
Right. 8-2 season. What was it like senior night to be announced coming across the field? One last time at Cameron Stadium. What was that like?
It was emotional. Obviously, there were a lot of emotions on senior night, but I was just glad we could put them away and get the job done. Well,
Coach just admitted to us that he had never been there as a player, and this is going to be a first for most of you guys. You may have heard of The Rock, of course, what they play. Very similar to Altus. They still have that old brick facade that was a project back in the 30s and 40s, and they've kept that, and they've kept up, and there's a lot of tradition there. But what are you looking forward to most for this week in this game?
I'm really looking forward to just going out there and battling, in that historic stadium. It's going to be real cool, but it's also going to be a lot cooler when you get to see a lot of sad Guthrie fans go home.
I like that, little billboard material. Okay, we got a coach there on the end, all smiles there. I got to tell you, we got to scoot down a little bit because you're not you're not in the shot there. Okay, now you are.
There we go.
Yes. There we go. I think. What's it like to come back and give to a program that you played in and went to the next level, and now you can give some of that back. I really appreciate when guys do that. They go away and they come back. What's it like to be on this team as a part of the coaching staff?
I love it. It was an easy, smooth transition. It feels like home. The coaching staff is like family.
Yeah.
They basically raised me, so it was an easy fit.
What's the best advice that you can give to some of these players? And because they can respect you at a different levels. You're on a state championship team, and then you go play college football. What's the best advice you can give to these players?
I'll advise them to always trust the coaches and believe that they have the best interest for you, and trust yourself. The ability that you possess. You have to go out there. You have to believe you can do it for one. And then surround yourself with people, which we have in this program, who believe in you as well. So just trust it and go out there and just be yourself.
Okay, so this is a special time that you have 32 teams in a class. Now there's only 16, and this is that best, and you go to that next level, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So what kind of things are we going to expect for Friday night?
I think it's going to be a dogfight, per usual. Like you said, it's the best teams across the state.
Yeah.
It's time to play. I was stressing to my position group specifically that, everybody in the season has injuries. Everybody in the season has now had a long season.
Yeah.
It's time to put together everything, come together, understand that each week you will have to prepare the best you can.
Well, it's who can get better from here on out. Is
sir.
that because if you really take the old coach philosophy, it's 0-0 now. Everybody, you can throw all those records out. Everybody starts right here, and you want to try to go 4 in a row. That's the whole thing.
Yes, sir.
All right, so MacArthur Highlanders going to be on the road to the Rock. Going to go see you at Guthrie, and we'll have that 6:30 for the pregame and 7 o'clock for the kickoff. We'll be back here at the Hangout with more. We got Lawton High and Cash to talk to. Week 1 of the playoffs. We'll do that right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Bar S Foods in Lawton offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Bar S, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Bar S Foods, making the best tasting hot dogs and smoked sausages, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
Lawton's newest hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road. A family-friendly atmosphere featuring their award-winning pizza and calzone. Made fresh daily from their secret family recipe. With handcrafted burgers, wings, appetizers, salad, and homemade desserts, including deep-fried banana pudding. Come hang out with us. The Hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road in Lawton.
It's been dark way too long in this place. That bright smile long gone been replaced. From ear to ear I see that fear in your face. Tell me when the last time you felt safe, cause there's some evil people in the streets. Evil at your front door, creeping while you sleep. It's time to raise up, show that evil we ain't weak. We don't turn the other cheek, I can show you how to be strong. Come on, follow me. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. No more running from the bad guy. I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up? I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up.
All right, back here at the Hangout, where you can hang out with us each and every Tuesday. As long as we have teams in this run, we are going to be here through the playoffs because we had our, 10-plus weeks because we had 0 weeks. So we've been doing this for 11 weeks here at the Hangout. So you had the, I guess, the old standby when you come here, which was the –
Went back to chicken, bacon, ranch pizza.
Chicken, bacon, ranch pizza. What makes that so good? It
was good, man. The crust is good. The chicken's good. The bacon's good.
Good combination right there. All right. Well, Coach, congratulations, on the season. You make the next point of playoffs. I know this has been kind of a roller coaster year of injuries. You had people out, and for you to say, for us to have an extended week, that you got to be pleased with that first and foremost. And you said that was your goal, to be able to look at that. We've got some plays that you have been able to break down for us on Huddle, and we used to do this, and we're going to have to get this back in the rotation of doing this, but we got 3 plays that you can break down for us, and I think this is the first one that we're going to watch.
Here
is
we're
a
bringing
defensive
an all-out blitz, and our middle linebacker, David Kiteshaw's got to back out, and they actually had a really good play called for us because we're bringing the all-out, and they had a slow screen to the back, and David did a good job fighting off the block and making a tackle. This is really a touchdown-saving tackle. If he doesn't make the play, there's no one left. So, really good play, and it's actually a really good hit too. It's a pretty good pop.
Right there, and you get the right at the sticks, which is pretty good. Play number 2, going back to your offense here, looks like a run play here.
We've got an inside zone call with Tamarcus Malone, and he bends it all the way back out the back door. And Tamarcus had a big night. I think he had 2 or 3 scores. But it's
how nice it to have the confidence with someone that can run the ball like this, and put that to use like you have throughout the season.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, he's a load. I mean, I think he's about 230 now. So when he gets to going forward, he's a load to bring down.
Okay, the last play that we've got here, Panay gets to really show a little bit. We were talking about this about his arm strength here.
Yeah, Panay's really got a live arm. He throws it really well. Here, we're hitting Javon Adams on the vertical and. It's a really nice throw, and Javon is a young sophomore, really kind of coming to his own.
I like how he just stands back in the pocket with a lot of confidence. Now, I know that wasn't how you started out the season. You really kind of wanted to have Panay, be that dangerous weapon where you get the ball to him. But, next man up, he was an opportunity to do that. And he's a junior,
yes,
so, you
back.
got some opportunities to kind of weigh out, okay, do we keep him at quarterback? Do you move him back to receiver? He's a great standout in basketball, too. It's good to get one of those multifaceted athletes there on your football field. So you and I were talking a little bit Lawton High history, and I know that, I first moved here in 1987. That dates me. And they won a state title, the Lawton High Wolverines. And there was always this one game that everybody brings out in the season. It was the semifinal game against Sand Springs in Sand Springs. Now, this goes back way back. We got to talk about that as history, but I was joking with Jack Hanna, who's on our broadcast team, and he was on that team, and I said, you remember that trip? He said, oh, yeah. I said, you're going to take a long bus ride to Sand Springs? So this is kind of 6A and 6A1 and 6A2. You immediately start out in that quarterfinal range because you got half the teams there, so you start really playing East Side teams. So for those of us on this side of the state, may have not even heard of Sand Springs. What can you tell us about that in this matchup on Friday?
They're really good up front. They've got a good offensive line, good defensive line. They play a physical brand of football. They're 7-3 coming into the game. They lost a non-district game to Bigsby, then they lost to Stillwater and Muskogee in the district play to finish third. So they're good. They're really good up front. I think the strength of their team's got to be up front, both sides of the ball. We're going to have to stop the run. They rotate two backs in. They've got a short, thick kid that they like to run between the tackles, and they've got a longer, about a 6 foot, 185 kid that they, one's the inside guy, one's the outside guy, and they're both really good. The quarterback is a young sophomore. He's a good athlete. He's a long kid, and he throws it pretty well down the field. But like I said, the O-line is what makes them go. So we're gonna have to stop the run and hopefully, force the sophomore to beat us. Defensively, they bring a lot of pressure. They want to be a 3-man front. They'll bump to a 4-man front a little bit, but they like to bring both backers inside. They do a really good job. They run a little cross stunt inside with those guys, and so we're gonna have to pick that up. And then offensively, we'll be able to run the football. I think we'll have some passing lanes, and if Panay puts the ball in the money, we'll be able to move the football through the air. So, we feel like we got a shot. We're going to go and take the long trip and take our chances.
We're going to talk about that long trip. So what's the schedule like, and what do you have to remedy to make sure that players can be dialed in? You don't want that bus lag. They're going to be on there for a while. What's going to be the routine for you on Friday?
So we're going to go eat our pregame meal at 12:30, and then we'll stop halfway. We'll find us a gas station halfway, let them out, one big enough to hold us, and let them get out, stretch their legs a little bit, and we'll head up to Sand Springs. We're going to try to get there we're hoping if we leave at, 1 o'clock, we'll get there about 4:15, and that way we won't be rushed. And we have our first wave go out at 5:45, so, we'll be able to get there, unpack, walk around, find our locker room, get taped up, and get the first wave ready to go. So, really once it's only about an hour and a half difference for us, what I mean, when you think that typically we go eat our pregame meal at 2:30, now we're going to go at, about 1. So it's not a big deal. I kind of like when we go on the road, I tell the kids, hey, spread out as much as you can, try to go to sleep, get the pregame meal in, and lay down and get some rest, get caught up, and that's kind of what I like to do, and it worked well for us Friday night, so hopefully it'll.
I was going to say, how has the team responded for away games and taking the bus trips?
We've won 2 games on the road, so maybe we're a road team. I don't know, but
you'll take whatever you can get.
Exactly,
that's right. Well, good luck to you on Friday. Sand Springs, the opponent, the Lawton High Wolverines in 6A2. You can catch that right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network, and you can also come here at the Hangout on Friday. If you can't make any of these games, they'll have the games up on the screen. They can do that on Saturday, on Sunday, all the NFL games, all the college games, and then hang out with us. You get great wings. They got karaoke tomorrow night. They've got so much that you can be a part of here at the Hangout on Cash Road. So, got the Cash Bulldogs still to come to talk about their success. We have not been to them since they're big with Clinton, and then they took on Chickasha to get a spot in the playoffs, and we'll do that right after this timeout as we're live at the Hangout with our Coaches Show on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Lawton's newest hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road. A family-friendly atmosphere featuring their award-winning pizza and calzone, made fresh daily from their secret family recipe. With handcrafted burgers, wings, appetizers, salad, and homemade desserts, including deep-fried banana pudding. Come hang out with us. The Hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road in Lawton.
It's been dark way too long in this place. That bright smile long gone been replaced. From ear to ear I see that fear in your face. Tell me when the last time you felt safe, cause there's some evil people in the streets. Evil at your front door, creeping while you sleep. It's time to raise up, show that evil we ain't weak. We don't turn the other cheek, I can show you how to be strong. Come on, follow me. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. No more running from the bad guy. I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up? I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up.
Well, we're back here at the Hangout. I want to brag up all of our OSN teams just one more time. Out of the 11 teams on the network, 9 are in the playoffs, and I think that is so cool to follow everybody's success and then a ride on the success of what all you guys are bringing to us. So we love just getting a bird's eye view of it. And with Coach Griffin from the Cash Bulldogs, I kind of want to back up a couple of weeks prior because it was a big deal to me to see it. I got to follow you on that one game that got to fill in for Billy to watch you guys live against John Marshall, and then you knew you were going to take on Clinton at home, and you got the win. And I had to ask you, I said, you probably got a notch somewhere that marks it. How many times, because it's to get a win against Clinton, that's pretty big. And so how many does that make for you against Clinton?
Well, that's my second victory over Clinton since I've been at Cash. So.
Now, how frustrating is it that game didn't really do anything for you, per se. It may have put something with Clinton, but, you were back to, okay, well, win or lose, it's still come down to that Chickasha game of whether you're not, you make the playoffs. And so then you go into the Chickasha game. Break that down for a little bit of how that played out for you.
Well, the Clinton game was huge in the fact that after we got the victory, everybody's confidence really rose. And, after the game was over, Coach Higbee, he just flat out told me, he said, you guys can play with anyone. And, by making that statement, and it's kind of a tradition going into this week against Blanchard, we feel like we can play with them too. So it was a huge victory in that Clinton game. And that was one of the things going in. Nobody gave us a chance, but one of the things that as a coaching staff that we've noticed all year is that each and every week our kids have gotten better. And that's the name of the game at the high school level, is to improve each and every week. And we feel like we're playing our best football right now, and that's where you want it, is going into the playoffs playing your best football.
Well, in that side of the bracket we were talking about, the same thing for the 5A class. On that side it always seems to be the same 4. You can kind of interchange who gets first, but Blanchard, Tuttle, Newcastle, and Bethany, and you played Tuttle. So how do you take the team to say, okay, well, we already had an opponent that's very similar to that. How do you approach this game against Blanchard?
Well, we're not the same football team that played against Tuttle. I mean, we are physically, but where we're playing right now and what we're doing and what we're capable of. That was week 0 and a very young, inexperienced team that we had with a new offense, and just so many factors going into that game that kind of stacked the odds against us. I think you'd see a lot different football game if we were playing Tuttle last week or the week we played Clinton. So, a lot of people read a lot of stuff into that, but they don't know the dynamics and everything that's really going on behind the scenes. And like I said, if you've watched us, each week our kids have gotten better. They've improved. Turnovers went down. We're tackling better. We're blocking better. All the things that you want to see a team doing.
Especially at this point of the year. I mean, you improve to get to this point to make a difference. So what is your keys to the game for this week against Blanchard?
Well, we're going to try to control the clock and the ball. It's the number one thing. We're going to try to keep the ball out of their offense's hand and limit their possession. That's the number one thing we're going to have to do. We're going to have to continue to play lights-out defense. One of the things that I told our defensive coaches in the meeting this weekend, don't be afraid to bring the heat. They may burn us, but I want their quarterback throwing off his back foot, and I want him confused, and I want him hit.
Yeah.
So, if we let him sit back there, he's going to pick us apart. So
right. Yeah.
We're going to have to be really aggressive on defense, and like I said, offensively, we're going to have to try to control the ball and control the clock most of the night.
All right, we got some players with us. So first one up, why don't you give us your name, your position, and what grade you're in? Go ahead. Sorry.
My name is Blake Burgess, number 62, and I'm a senior.
Okay. How has this senior season been for you?
Our best season so far, well, I've played for this team, so pretty good.
And what do you think has made that the best season so far for you? I mean, because it started, like Coach says, when you look back at 0 week, you weren't the team then that you are now. What's made the biggest change?
I think just our intensity in practice has just got progressively better. Obviously, the record, that's a big thing. And we've been playing just a lot better.
Well, yeah, and what was it like to get the win at home against Clinton? Because, Clinton always brings a little history behind them, and, here comes Clinton, the Red Tornadoes. It must have been thrilling to get that and then take it on the road for a Chickasha win with 2 wins in a row.
It was a crazy experience that still didn't really, set in until next day.
Yeah.
We just beat Clinton.
Yeah, I understand. It gets a little eyebrows that get raised. What did you see about Blanchard that you're getting ready for this week?
Probably just their DNs. They got some pretty big, they got some size on the line. So I'm just getting ready for to block them.
Okay, you're new to, the next guest next to you. He's been in here, so I'll pick on you a little bit about what is your favorite food?
Probably my grandma's manicotti.
Oh, wow. I like that. You're going to have to give me a little invitation there. I like homemade Italian. What is your favorite subject in school?
Probably math.
Oh, and what do you plan to do after graduation as a senior? What does your future look like? Is it school and occupation? What do you see yourself doing here in a few years?
I plan on going to college, probably in North Carolina.
North Carolina? Wow. What draws you there?
Well, my best friend lives down there, so we're going to get an apartment together.
Okay. All right. Well, it's, study, though. Make sure it's not all about North Carolina living. He can do that. All right, let's pass the mic to he was flexing. He was kind of showing some stuff. You were distracting over there on the end. Are you the cut up on the team? Do you get everybody laughing?
No.
No? So someone else does that. What is this mark to get into the playoffs? Your back's kind of against the wall. You kind of had to win and you're in, lose and that would have been it. Did you kind of get that sense in that game against Chickasha?
Most definitely, because at the beginning when we first started warming up, you could feel the intensity and the heat that was on, because. Chickasha was being Chickasha, walking through our drills before pregame. So during the game, it got chippy at some times.
I was going to ask that. Was there any kind of talking? And because a lot of times as a fan, you don't really get to see it. One thing I did get to see, and I don't know if the gentleman's still there. Is there a guy that still has that bird? He has that fighting chick on his. I don't know if you see. He sits at about the 50-yard line. He has it. It's on his hat, and it's a fighting chick.
I didn't.
You didn't see it. Well, you're on the away side, so it was very interesting. It made a point for me. This Blanchard game. Talk a little bit about what you've seen, what Coach is preparing you for on Friday.
They got some pretty good size, and they're a good team. They're like Blanchard. They're Blanchard, so
yeah.
They're pretty well coached in what they do.
What's it like going to their place there?
Well, me and a few of my friends, we went to go watch them play Tuttle, and they have a pretty big fan base that's loud and active in the game. So
yeah,
I feel like at Chickasha we had a big fan base too. So
yeah, you got to bring your A game with it too. All right. Well, good luck for the rest of the way, and hopefully, first game of the playoffs can be seen right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Pregame at 6:30, 7 o'clock for the kickoff. Cash and Blanchard as these clashes go on the other side of the district. So, congratulations on. One more thing with Coach, because I saw it on Facebook. I know you're a hunter, and your dad had a great picture of a buck. But the funny part was you got the call when.
I got the call Saturday night after all the fun was over. I had to go do the work.
Yeah, so. Okay. So isn't that a son's job? Can you come help me skin out a deer and do all that stuff? Are you going to get some of the rewards though? Is he going to give you some of the venison?
Oh, I'll get my own. I already got my reward out of the thing. 4 months ago, we didn't think it was going to be possible that he was going to be, alive, much less hunting again. So
wow, that's cool.
It was well worth it Saturday.
Yeah. Well, I know that means a lot to you, and you got a lot of history with that too. So good luck with that season as well as the seasons you got to balance with that. Coach Griffin for the Cash Bulldogs. We're going to take one more time out, wrap things up here at the Hangout as we continue with the Coaches Show right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Lawton's newest hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road. A family-friendly atmosphere featuring their award-winning pizza and calzone, made fresh daily from their secret family recipe, with handcrafted burgers, wings, appetizers, salad, and homemade desserts, including deep-fried banana pudding. Come hang out with us. The Hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road in Lawton.
It's been dark way too long in this place. That bright smile long gone been replaced. From ear to ear I see that fear in your face. Tell me when the last time you felt safe, cause there's some evil people in the streets. Evil at your front door, creeping while you sleep. It's time to raise up, show that evil we ain't weak. We don't turn the other cheek, I can show you how to be strong. Come on, follow me. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. No more running from the bad guy. I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up? I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up.
All right, one last time here at the Hangout, and Miss Natalie, it's great that you guys have taken us in and actually let us do this for as long as we have for a full regular season. We got playoffs here, the successful teams that have gone on for week one in the playoffs, and we're not done here at the Hangout either because we are got so many things throughout the week, starting with karaoke tomorrow. Let's talk a little bit about that and some of the stuff on the weekend.
Karaoke is on Wednesday nights from 7 to 10. So come on out and have a good time. Even if you don't like to sing, there's some very talented singers that come out pretty regular. So it's fun to watch.
Yeah, they do have that nucleus of people that like to do it. They really are faithful in doing that. I've noticed that. Yeah. And we didn't mention this at the very beginning of the broadcast, but you think about it, Halloween's in the rearview mirror, Thanksgiving's next, and then Christmas. So you guys can book for holiday parties too, right?
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of calls. We're booking up for the holidays. A lot of like parties for the workplace.
Yes.
Large family gatherings, people coming into town. We have lots of reservations on the books, so it's never too early to start planning for that.
Start planning and calling in. Got billiard tables too. You got. I know that Jesse, he likes to play. He's a little more competitive. I think that's kind of good that he has the tables warmed up, so to speak. But that's been a new addition that you guys brought in. So there's plenty to do here, and it's a family-friendly atmosphere too. We want to make sure that you bring the kids. That's why the commercial shows all of your grandkids and relatives in that show. That that's what we're about. And award-winning pizza and we could just go on and on. But if you've not tried it, at least try it for lunch. The $9.95 special, you get the small pizza and the drink for $9.95. Same thing for the burger, with the burger, fries, and the drink for $9.95. And then on the weekends, you've got the brunch too.
Right, we have brunch on Saturday and Sundays. Saturdays from 11 to 3, Sundays 11 to 4. We offer a limited brunch menu, but we also have our full menus available as well.
Okay, so Natalie will take care of you right here at the Hangout on Cash Road, right next to Anderson Pharmacy. You can't miss it, and we would like to see you back here. We'll be back here next Tuesday, of course, as we go on with the playoffs. Good luck to all of our teams week 1 in the playoffs. We have 9 of the 11 OSN teams, and 6:30 for pregame, 7 o'clock for kickoff. And you have been watching a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network. That is our Coaches Show for this week, and we'll see you next week right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Lawton's newest hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road. A family-friendly atmosphere featuring their award-winning pizza and calzone, made fresh daily from their secret family recipe. With handcrafted burgers, wings, appetizers, salad, and homemade desserts, including deep-fried banana pudding. Come hang out with us. The Hangout, 5370 Northwest Cash Road in Lawton.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.